But the leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? And except for the fact that he gets shielded by the press for his entire life, that's the one they look. He's guilty. It's not a question.
Now, how do you change the subject super fast? Shakalaka boom boom, right? Well, that's for the ladies. For us, we'll get laughed at. For us, it's just, buying them stuff and just maybe coming up with a hot gossip. But what do you do when it's more than one people and it's the whole country and you're the president? You start blaming other presidents for the other shit that they allegedly did.
Remember this, Obama cheated on the election. And we have it cold, hard, blue, and it's getting even more so because the stuff that's coming in is not even believable. So they have him stone cold, and it was President Obama. It wasn't lots of people all over the place. It was them too. But the leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? And except for the fact that he gets shielded by the press for his entire life, that's the one they look. He's guilty.
So yeah, we used to have leaders facing each other in the battlefield 1v1. Now we have leaders trash talking, beefing online and roasting each other online. Starting with the first roast, obviously with Trump. And did Obama let it slide, the disrespect in that AI video? Shatak. No, he didn't. This is what he posted.
Officers arriving, and now we see the SUVs here pulling up Anderson. And the former president, Donald Trump, is about to step out of this SUV and enter the Manhattan DA's office, where he will be placed under arrest.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a winner in this roasting beef situation. I wish Obama actually posted this, but he didn't. He actually took the mature way, which is pretty boring. This is something that's been circulating around the internet, people pointing out that, hey, Trump, you post of Obama getting arrested, but you were the one who got arrested and charged with multiple things. I say at least if you want to, go with the whole internet beef thing, at least spice it up. At least be toxic about it. Trump is being toxic about it, but Trump has a goal. This is very, very obvious. He's trying to change the subject. He's trying to, that's why I said in the beginning, he's trying to, put everyone's attention away from the Epstein by him calling people stupid and saying that, hey, it's not important that a bunch of rich, powerful people, they went to an island, did stuff that they're gonna go to hell for. They can't buy their way into heaven. And we promise you we're gonna bring them to justice. And you know what we gave you? Exactly. And now you're offended that we gave you the finger and no one has been brought to justice. But that stuff is boring. That stuff is annoying. That stuff, stop talking about that creep, that Epstein. That, he was the one who did all these things and no one else was involved. So let's just move on and forget about all the rich and powerful. Justice will be served to them in the afterlife. So let's just leave them in this world. Let them have fun, They're going to be eternity in hell. So let them enjoy their time right now. He's trying this new strategy and people are not falling for it. They can see through the orange that, hey, this is a cover-up. This is a change of subject. He's trying to get two birds with one stone, changing the subject and saying that this is amongst the hoax of Obama, Hillary. The Epstein file is also a hoax. They want to take me down. They hate me because they ain't me. So Obama rigged their election with that hoax, and now they're trying to even, bring me down by saying I was in the Epstein file, and they were the ones who created the Epstein list out of their ass. It's all a big fat lie. Don't fall for it, stupid people.
Tulsi Gabbard has submitted a criminal referral to the Department of Justice. From your perspective, who should the DOJ target as part of their investigation? What specific figures in the Obama administration?
Well, based on what I read, and I read pretty much what you read, it would be President Obama. He started it. And Biden was there with him. And Comey was there, and Clapper, the whole group was there. Brennan, they were all there in a room, right here. This was the room. This is much more beautiful than it was then, but that's okay. I have nice pictures up. They came out of the vaults. They were in there for 100 years. This is much more beautiful. We have the Declaration of Independence now in the room, which wasn't here. I guess people didn't feel too good about putting it here, but I do. But you know what? If you look at those papers, they have them stone cold, and it was President Obama. It wasn't lots of people all over the place. It was them too. But the leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? And except for the fact that he gets shielded by the press for his entire life, that's the one they look. He's guilty. It's not a question. You know, I like to say, let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election. They tried to obfuscate the election. They did things that nobody's ever even imagined, even in other countries. You've seen some pretty rough countries. This man has seen some pretty rough countries, but you've never seen anything like it.
Honestly, that's interesting. Interesting, honestly. Very, very, very interesting. Now release the files. Good stuff. We hear you, and it's obviously justice has to be served. If you say you have evidence, and if you say that, you know, Obama was behind all, why now though? Why we're bringing this midway of us talking about Epstein, even though that should be our main focus? Interesting stuff. I agree with you. Votes should be counted. No one should hack the system. I agree. If you have evidence, go arrest him. But release the files. You think even if they did manage to do something with Obama, which I doubt they will, you think people are going to let this go? You think this is a strategy? They can drag the drama for long, but Epstein is still going to be a bigger case. Trump also made a tweet saying Obama himself manufactured the Russia Hawks, Crooked Hillary, Sleepy Joe, and numerous others participated in this. So did in the Epstein Island. Just saying. The crime of the century. I think crime of the century title goes to some other case. Can you guess which one it is? Can you guess? Ding ding ding. Epstein file. Congratulations. Who's calling me? What do you want? No, I'm busy. I'm middle of a very important meeting. I'll call you later. Irrefutable evidence, a major threat to our country. Call me a donkey, but I think a major threat to the country is the fact that the people who justice hasn't been served to them, they're still sitting at the higher seats, and they're still sitting in their mansions enjoying their time and thinking, hey, if we get away with this, we can get away with anything. So we are above the law. And funny enough, Trump posted this on his social saying that, hey, no one is above the law.
No one, especially the president, is above the law.
Exactly. No one is above the law. Where are the actual files? Why are you hiding? Why you're manipulating the system and, you know, using power and money from the rich, the people involved? Why are you trying to be above the law? You did a bad thing, you have to pay for it. Here and the afterlife. In other news, Speaker Mike Johnson shuts down the House until September to block voting on the release of the Epstein files. Very, very shocking, but I'm depending on whistleblowers. I don't really care about the House. Now, Obama's representative did respond to Trump saying, out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response. But these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. I'm not gonna get much into it. Trump's been saying Obama rigged this whole thing, elections, Hillary, and blah, 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 for years now. If they had something, even though they say they have evidence, they would have, you know, arrested Obama by now, but they didn't. They don't. So here we are. They basically said, hey, you're bullshitting. Then the other one said, no, you're bullshit. You're a bullshit person. It's like, no, you're bullshit. They went back and forth with each other. That's that. They're just trying to, you know, put the Epstein under the rug and, you know, focus on, hey, former president and the current president are beefing right now. Online beef, everyone. Buy your tickets now. We need your full undivided attention on this matter because this is 100% more important than the Epstein. Release the files. Release the files. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, just wanted to, if you didn't know this beef was happening, it was. Yeah, just want to share that with you. More videos over here. Like it, subscription if you're new here. Take it easy. I'll see you at the next one.